We've moved on to a few sports conversations during the commercial break, and one of them was this. After I've said the Dallas Cowboys need to move on from Jason Garrett, Bubba said we should put bets on when this happens, when the Cowboys move on from Jason Garrett.
Well, to be clear, I was actually going to bet you that he will probably get an offense coordinator job. That's what I was going to say, but then we transitioned.
I'll take that bet, though.
Yeah, but I was saying we should have a bet whenever it happens. Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
No, I want to do that one real quick. So you're telling me if he loses his job either mid-season this year with the Dallas Cowboys or at the end of this season, by next season he'll have an offensive coordinator job in the NFL?
I think so. If he wants one, I think so.
Okay, I'll take that bet. I will take that bet. Man, that was a decade ago when he was seen as like an offensive genius, the wonder kid, you know, somebody scheme your way into some Ernie Zampese stuff, some Norv Turner offenses. The league has moved on. I mean, Sean McVay happened.
We'll see.
All right, we'll have to figure out what the stakes are on this bet. But I said to you this, they'll move on from Jason Garrett as soon as there's a viable candidate that they want to get the jump on. And then we all start talking about Lincoln Riley. And then there came the question of, but would Lincoln Riley take the Cowboys job? Would he want that? Would you want to work for Jerry Jones? Troy Aikman this morning I heard say this. There are 31 other owners. None of them, right after a game, take to a microphone and say, well, here's what I think's the problem. Or things like this, which I agree with, but saying things like this about calls that Jason Garrett made that night.
We were being outplayed there. Not out effort, but we just were being outplayed. And it's time for risk at that particular time. That's not second guessing, but we were taking some risk too there at certain points in the game. But we're all extremely disappointed.
By the way, that is second guessing. Like just because when you say, if you just say, I'm not second guessing him, but it's the time for risk, it doesn't absolve you. It's like,
I think that's the definition of second guessing.
It is second
to be honest
guessing,
with you,
right.
Jerry. But
right, no offense, but and then you go ahead and offend somebody. It doesn't work that way. You didn't just wipe the slate clean before you did something. So Lincoln Riley has the opportunity, let's say, to go coach Baker Mayfield in Cleveland or go to Dallas. Which job does he take?
Browns,
for sure.
Well, and yeah, my point, I don't see anyone who, and that was one of the things I was saying in the break, is I give Garrett credit for, is I think one of his strengths is dealing with Jerry Jones, because I'm sure he gets so much crap from Jerry constantly, and any coach who comes in, so say it's Lincoln Riley, why would he want to deal with that?
But wait, if you give Jason Garrett credit for dealing with Jerry Jones, what are you acknowledging then? The job is just to deal with Jerry Jones, to be like a babysitter?
I think it's a significant part of the job, yeah.
Did that get you to 8-8? I'd rather somebody come in who doesn't know how to deal with Jerry, who fights with Jerry consistently. I'd rather talk about this like Pittsburgh Steelers type drama every week, but you win. I'd rather that.
Well, he has had a few, a couple of good winning seasons, but my point is I don't see why anyone, Lincoln Riley or anyone, forget the Baker part in Cleveland, but why would anyone want to come there and just deal with the drama of your owner talking after every single game and second-guessing you and saying, what is the point?
It'd be really interesting to see how marketable that job is. Like, how many guys would be attracted to going to work with the Dallas Cowboys?
Well, I was going to say, and I'll keep it in the division, is the Redskins, I think the Redskins job is probably a worse job, right? Because you kind of have that owner that want to be Jerry Jones, but they haven't won, which I think is even worse.
On the other side of the equation, you would have to say this. If you go work for the Dallas Cowboys, you are working for an organization and an owner that is committed to winning. Like, he may get in his own way, but it's on the way to hoping he wants to win, right? He's not going to penny pinch or do things that keep you from getting to winning status outside of getting in the way.
Yeah, he'll just try to draft Johnny Manziel in the first round.
It's sort of a double-edged sword, right?
And I
You'd rather have that than an owner who doesn't care.
Yeah, but I would say Daniel Snyder. It's not that he doesn't care.
No. I'm thinking about other organizations.
Yeah.
So I asked you this during the break. Do you think if Belichick became available, do you think he would sidestep? And I know we've had with the Parcells, he was like, "I'll leave you alone," and then he went out and got T.O. for him. But do you think if Belichick became available and Belichick was interested in the job, that he would sidestep? That he would
Jerry get out of the way for Belichick?
Yes.
I don't think so. I would like to believe it.
I think the only hope I think we would have is that we just let you 75 years old. So maybe he thinks, all right, one last.
I thought he was like, our only hope is death. I thought that's where he was going.
No, our only hope is Belichick. And let's go.
I think I get what you're saying. 75 years old.
I think he's more likely to take a risk with Belichick now, at age 75, than he obviously would have been before. when both times, Jimmy Johnson and, Parcells didn't really work out well in the end.
Chris Petersen, Lincoln Riley.
Dave Campo.
No, I'm talking about.
No, we can bring him back.
Tony Romo. There it is.
Would you want Romo as a coach?
In a heartbeat. And I don't have any reasons to give you outside of faith. I can't.
Well, I don't know.
I can't. Faith.
And I don't have any reasons to say other than he's never been a coach before, but.
Sounds like a good one, though.
Yeah, that's probably better than faith, but who knows?
No, I'm serious about this. I said it on First Take a year ago. I think, A, that's the guy that could handle Jerry Jones. And B, I just think he has an offensive mind. I think he understands schemes. I think he understands defenses. He seems to be pretty good with people. I don't know what his organizational skills are like, but I'm willing to put some faith on it. I'm willing to go for it. Yeah, he's never been a coach. Okay, fine.
At any level, but hey, he's an announcer.
Well, Sean McVay's 32.
Yeah, we've had people come out of the announcing booth
by the
before.
way, do you not think playing quarterback in the NFL, does that not serve as experience for coaching?
Yeah, that's why Garrett's so great.
It's got to be some level of experience compared to being an assistant in the NFL.